Welcome, everyone. You have now entered the cosmic radio receptors of KCIW 100.7 FM, located just a few miles north of the California border in lovely, not-so-sunny coastal Brookings, Oregon. Thank you for tuning into this week's interesting program. Once again, I'm Dr. Gigi, and my co-host is, as always, Jacques Kepner. How are you today, Jacques?
Fine, Doctor. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Doc and Jacques Radio Variety Show. A great show coming your way with lots of guests. We got the studio filled today. Special thanks to Ray Simon and Tony Stoddard for manning the flight deck of the enterprising starship of KCIW. Thanks to legendary KCIW founder and finishing sound engineer, who, amongst so many other things, puts this whole show out for syndication, Tom Bozak, Linda Bozak for listening, Candace Michelle Rose. Thanks to all those people out there that are doing the behind the things that make this radio show happen. You're hearing this live syndicated show right now on KCIW in Brookings, Oregon, and that said, the syndicated show will be rebroadcast in exactly 1 week from now on KZZH 96.7 FM every Wednesday at 8 a.m. and also at 1 o'clock next Wednesday at KFUG 101.1 FM in coastal Crescent City, California. So now you know Dr. Gigi and I have got your coasts covered. Ooh. Okay. Thanks. It's that time when good medicine and health tips are colorfully presented by my German-American multi-patent holding medical doctor, scientist, university professor, syndicated broadcaster, newspaper columnist, and did I mention artist, and so much more, Dr. Gudrun or Gigi Reed. Okay, Doc, what medical marvels do you have for us today on this week's health segment of MDGG?
Well, thank you for the speed intro.
Yeah.
Loved it. Get this. A few months ago, I was invited to be a guest on a radio show called Cascadia Strong Radio, or CSR for further notice.
Yes, you
did.
did.
With hosts and friends Wes Bruning and our own Ray Simon.
You mean Ray Simon, our sound engineer along with Tony Stoddard?
That's him, all right.
Okay.
I was asked to share my medical perspective at the impending Cascadia subduction event, which is a massive magnitude.
Could be.
Well, if it happens, then it is a massive magnitude 9.0, or it wouldn't be the event, right?
Earthquake.
Magnitude 9.0 earthquake, and then the following tsunami threat along the Pacific Northwest coast.
Wow. Dr. Gigi, knowing that you are an unbiased and very smart woman, I need to ask you this question.
Yeah.
If a man says nothing...
Wait.
If a man says something and there is no woman to hear it, will that man still be wrong? Okay. Sorry. All right.
Now, when I was in the radio, I thought it was funny.
That's all we care about, doctor.
So when I was in the show, I thought it was a thought-provoking discussion, and it brings out a critical reality that when it, in air quotation marks, strikes, or any other severe natural or not so natural disaster for that matter, then hospitals and clinics will likely not be operational, leaving us to manage injuries and health crises at home or literally in the field.
In the field, going out, yeah. Hey, what's the difference between a $20 steak and a $55 steak, doctor?
Pray tell.
February 14th.
So true, right?
Right.
So the medical fallout will be immense.
Everybody's shaking their heads. Darn it.
Nothing. The medical fallout, because this is a serious subject.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
The medical fallout will be immense. We're talking crush injuries, fractures, or something as benign or not benign for flare-ups of chronic conditions. Like if you're diabetic and you're on insulin, then you have to
better have your
insulin,
medicine packed, right?
Without power, we don't have a fridge, right? Without power, we can't do surgeries, or we can't store our medicine, such as insulin.
Right.
Phone services will be down. Gas stations are closed. Bridges like those over the Chetco, Winchuck, Smith, or Klamath River or others may have collapsed. And then it will possibly separate families, caretakers, etc.
Sounds like a heck of a good movie script, right?
Right, yeah.
Hey, doctor, I got food poisoning today.
Yeah, and?
Well, I still haven't decided when I'm going to use it.
I don't get that.
I got food poisoning today. I got food. So I just haven't decided when I'm going to use it. I just got some food poisoning?
All right. So back to my serious subject. What can we do? Essential personal preparedness include the normal, quotation marks, medical kits such as stock the bandages, antiseptics, hand sanitizer. This is a lesson we learned during COVID. Water purification pills like chlorine tablets, and probably a week's worth of medications, more if possible, but also thinking of the perishable ones like insulin. We also need to pack waterproof clothing, warm clothing, blankets. Staying warm is important to not get hypothermic and then getting sick much faster because the ocean water is super cold. And if there's a tsunami, it can come and get us. We need to assume medical centers and pharmacies are offline.
Yep, they'll be offline too, right? Folks, Dr. Gigi loves art. Yep, she's always drawing blood.
Oh, that one is funny. How come the boys don't laugh?
They're so nervous. They're so nervous there. All right, what else do we need to do?
We need to have a family
meet-up points, right?
For meet-up points, right. We need to be able to meet up for separations. We need to consider that the bridges are down, right? And if the bridges are down, we're separated. Who's taking care of the people that need taken
I'm
care
in Brookings. You're working harbor. If those days that you're there, you're a bridge away. But that's as far as you can be.
I'll swim over.
You'll swim over, yeah. I know.
We need to store high-calorie foods.
High-calorie foods, that's good.
And then the clean water, if we can, safely somehow. The high-caloric foods will be important when our bodies get really cold with the water or at night. We need it to fight infections, stress, anxiety, all at the same time.
Wow. Speaking of diets, I just finished my month-long diet.
Yeah?
So far, I've lost 30 days. I've said that every week, I think, for about 3 years.
It's still funny.
It is.
We also should try to photograph medical records.
Oh, good idea.
Photograph current meds and key documents and store them in the cloud or somewhere not physical for quick access. And none of us know when and to what extent the Cascadia subduction event will happen, but it is predicted that it will hit within the next 50 years.
I know. Wow.
So
let's prepare.
Let's prepare.
I know that Moses was the first one connected to the cloud with a tablet. Yeah. Dr. Gigi, I think I'm shrinking. And she replied, you just have to be a little patient. Okay, thanks, Dr. Gigi, very much. Now, before we get to today's special guests, who are the headliners of the show, Gigi and I want to spend a few quality minutes with none other, we've mentioned him before, than one of KCIW's favorite personalities, and he is Fred Duval, and he comes in the form of Ray Simon. Hey, Ray, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Why are you on this show?
Why are you on this, oh my gosh, show at this time talking into the microphone instead of being in the broadcast booth alongside our other trusted engineer, Tony Stoddard? Pray tell.
I have no idea.
Darn it. I told you to prep him first.
Tony kicked me out. Tony kicked me into here.
Me out.
And I don't know.
No, it's locked. The door's locked, he says.
They put me in a place where I could do less harm.
That's here? Oh, my goodness.
All right. So what is CSR, Ray?
CSR is Cascadia Strong Radio.
And it's a fairly new radio program here on KCIW?
Yep. It was developed by Wes, and Wes put this show together, and he originally asked me to be the technical person in the background to get the recordings. We show up here, we interview people. We've created a couple shows on our own, and he asked me to be kind of the sidekick because I don't really know a whole lot about the topic, right?
You didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't, right.
And it's been very enjoyable to do the shows. Now, Wes has some business where he needs to leave. He's going to leave town at some point.
He's going away to Tennessee.
He's going away to Tennessee.
The banjos are playing.
Thank you to both of you, Jacques and Gigi, because he reached out, because he said, maybe you should just do the show. And then I was like, geez, then I have to move.
Tennessee, too. No, you go to Alabama instead.
So no, thank you for offering to take over the show, and we've had a couple meetings, and I will support you guys in any way that's possible.
It's more than a prep show, right? It's more than just prepping for a big disaster, and it could affect anybody. Those in the Midwest with a tornado or hurricane down in the south, down there, people in Florida and stuff.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I learned over time this topic is very serious, and it's a topic that I have now interest in.
Yeah.
Because I just started with, hey, I have to get a go bag, and I've talked to you, and it's embarrassing, that I could barely pack a go bag, and so now I'm beyond that point in learning about this topic. So yeah, I think the show, 9 o'clock on Tuesday mornings, you can get it on KCIW. And for a while there, and I know in the future, we're going to be recirculating the 10 episodes, I believe, that we had created. And Wes, his final tasks are to set up a few more interviews. And I know both of you are going to be in a couple of those.
Sitting in.
As you're taking over the show.
Sure.
And you could see like all the work that Wes does on the show,
right,
and the less work that I do on the show.
It's a great
by design.
It's a great idea, great show idea, and it really is helpful. And I know it plays 3 days a week. They're half-hour segments, and they're all staggered. I think you have 11 or 12 canned. This was telling me, so people can tune in now. But how do people tune in? They just go to kciw.org.
Yeah. And you take a look at the schedule, and you see at what shows are going to be are going to be broadcast when during the week. Because at one point we had 3, right? And they were at different times because we're trying to get people from all different schedules to at least be able to check out some of these.
Right.
So yeah, we've had them on a rotation for a while.
Ray, it's going to be so exciting. Looking forward to this, right?
Cool subject.
Working with you.
Never-ending.
Great show.
Opening the can and more topics.
And it's a regional show that will stretch from Eureka to the Canadian border, all the West Coast. But again, it's more than that. It could appeal to anybody in preparation of disasters, which may hopefully avoid us. But this one we know is out there ready to rumble one of these days.
Well, as you said, there's potential for very large catastrophic and smaller catastrophic. But it wouldn't matter how you look at it.
Right.
Any of these things you need to be prepared for.
Okay, cool. Ray, we are looking forward to working with you and give our regards to your sweet wife, Donna. Hey, Donna, what's going on? All right, we're going to switch over. Thank you very much. We're going to switch over from Ray Simon, who is now passing the microphone and the equipment over to Michael Gorse. And so let's start with a prologue for our guests, Dan Springen and Michael Gorse. Gigi, can you start it off, please?
I'll start us off. Today, as the West Coast sun settles softly over Brookings and the Pacific keeps a steady rhythm just beyond our doors, we turn our attention to a different kind of storytelling, one that flickers, frames, and lingers long after the screen goes dark.
So correct, Dr. Gigi. Film festivals are more than gatherings. They are living conversations. I like that. They bring together visionaries, observers, and communities willing to pause and reflect on our lives, which are drawn together in a place like Brookings and beyond, where the population is discerning as it is connected. These festivals, in fact, resonate deeply with many of us.
They're called the Wild Rivers Film Festival, and it offers not just entertainment, but a shared cultural language, a way of seeing ourselves and the world with fresh perspective.
We're fortunate today to be joined by 2 individuals who understand that language intimately. Dan Springen, president of the Wild Rivers Film Festival and longtime founder of the Orlando Film Festival, brings with him decades of experience shaping spaces where stories get to breathe and audiences can discover. His work speaks to the enduring power of cinema, and man, does cinema have enduring power to connect across people, cultures, and time.
Alongside Dan is Michael Gorse,
Hey,
a
Michael.
familiar and respected perseverance here at KCRW.
Perseverance? I like it.
Presence.
Great presence.
And perseverance. That was my personal...
That's German. That's your German coming through.
He's a sound engineer, videographer, filmmaker, and so much more, whose quiet dedication and creative insight have enriched both our station and the entire artistic community.
True.
Together, they represent both the structure and the soul of filmmaking and the craft that behind the scenes and enlightens the vision audience.
Of the audiences, yeah. And Gigi and I are genuinely delighted to welcome both men back to the studio. So let's get on with it and say welcome back, Dan Springen, and hello, Michael Gorse. Peace and love, and thank you for showing up
Thank
today.
you for showing up.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
It's getting a little deep in here, guys.
Is it getting too
Little
deep?
bit
That's
deep.
what you get for not laughing at his joke.
Damn.
You should have. You should
A joy
have.
to be with you.
All right, good to see you, man.
All right, Dan, where were you born and raised?
We always start off.
Born Milwaukee, Wisconsin, raised Lehigh Acres, Florida, and a little bit of Cleveland,
All right.
Ohio. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I do have to make one quick adjustment. So Bev Jude is our president. I'm the executive director of the Wild
Whoa.
Rivers Film Festival. So didn't
Hey,
want to take.
Bev, we didn't mean any slight there, but thank you.
Yeah,
For
Bev's
clarifying.
We didn't know any
the
better.
pres du jour.
And Sue Wright is she's
Yeah, Sue was our president in 2024. But then she stepped back to take care of some family things, and
Cool.
Bev's taken that on 25 and 26.
okay.
Very cool. How about Michael? Where were you born and raised? Just to give a little background.
San Diego, California,
San Diego,
where
yes.
I grew up in the parish at St. John's Elementary School and church, a Catholic church, and got to know the subject of the movie that I am bringing to the festival this year, Ms. Joni Lindenmeyer.
Yeah.
Lindenmeyer. Hey,
Very
Joe,
cool.
I was on our show yesterday, and I ran into another guy right out. Oh, Dan Springen.
Yeah, I ran into him too. He's a strange fella.
We both got to hang out with Joni yesterday. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right on.
How old is the Wild Rivers Film Festival?
Well, it started in 2023, so that was our first year. That was the inaugural year.
Yeah.
Now we're in our fourth, so it's been it just keeps growing year after year, and it's been a great time. And I call all my Brookings friends my West Coast family.
Cool.
Yeah. How long are you going to be staying in the West Coast? The West
Only
Coast
30
family?
days this year. Yeah, 30 days. Last year it was 3 months, but we moved our workshop until after the film festival
Right.
instead of before. So that kind of condensed the amount of time.
Kind
So
of
it's
smart
only
to be
30
out of
days.
Florida during the month of August. too.
Yeah,
I
right.
like that.
Listen, and being out of Florida for 3 months is a much better idea.
But you're,
Like,
you're
yeah, June, July, August in Florida. Come on.
yeah,
Oh.
you don't want to be.
No.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Some people will love that.
Michael, what got you interested in the WRFF?
Wild Rivers
Such a
Film Fest.
long-
Yeah.
I was living at the time in Klamath for a couple of years,
that is-
and I ran into Sue Wright at a Taloa event
Oh.
on the
Taloa is
Smith River. And she saw me with the camera and said, had come to the event being told that they didn't like people with cameras there. And I had just shot a whole thing. And she saw me walking out with the camera and she said, "You're coming with me." And I am here in 2026, 4 years later, 3 years later. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you've been in Brookings for a year or two, right?
A year and a half now.
Year and a half,
Yeah,
good.
that was when she brought me up here at the 24.
Wow, that was it? Seems
That was
like
it.
You've been here.
Yeah,
for so long.
it's not been that long. But I had an idea of what the kind of things I kind of wanted to involve myself with. And while in Klamath, had watched the dams come down at the top of the Klamath
Oh,
River.
that's right.
And am a big supporter of
Dams coming
getting us back to repairing the riparian landscapes on our rivers,
The river.
healing the rivers.
No.
All right.
You're on the board?
Yeah,
Director?
you're on the board.
I'm an advisor.
You're an advisor?
They don't let me vote. They don't trust me.
We're going to get to your role that you play.
I trust you.
We're going to get to the role you play with Joni Lindenmeyer, one of our favorite upbeat people in the world, in just a little bit. But both of you, Dan, let's start off with you. How is this year's WRFF festival shaping up?
Yeah, everything's going great. We've got a very, very dedicated board. We have, interestingly, I think due to the economy and things that are happening, with the war and all these things, there haven't been a lot of narrative films, but a lot of documentaries. So we've got some wonderful documentaries that we're going to be playing this year at the festival. And Brookings really likes its documentaries. We've realized that year after year after year, we see the amount of people that actually go to the documentaries versus the narratives. So we've got stuff for everybody. We still have narrative shorts. We have some animation. We have a lot of documentaries dealing with, the migration of the salmon, of the Columbia River, the mouth of the Columbia River. I guess there's been a bunch of accidents and boating deaths out there, and there's a big documentary. And these are made by pro filmmakers. So these documentaries are really stunning to watch. A lot of great ones. And I think we were probably somewhere around 35 films, where last year we were more like 45, but they're longer films. So there's more features than shorts.
So, okay, let's get this. Shorts, features, documentaries. You mentioned something yesterday. We talked for just a little bit about the docs are so popular because people could basically shoot it with their phone or something. Or?
Yeah, well, it's not as intricate. If you think of a narrative, like just take something that everybody knows, Star Wars. Okay. Everybody knows Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So if you look at Star Wars, to make that film, if you watch the credits, it takes hundreds of people to make a Star Wars. To make a documentary, it's usually 2-3 producers, then executive producers, the money people, but the people actually shooting, it's usually a guy like Mike with a camera, then a guy or a gal doing audio, and maybe one person holding lights and another person just running and bringing water and making sure that things are happening. But you can get a documentary done with 4 people who know what they're doing, as opposed to hundreds for Star Wars. So in an economy where people are dealing with, where's this money? How am I feeding, the family, et cetera?
Sure.
You end up with people who still want to shoot movies, so they decide to go the documentary route. And this is the perfect time to do something like a pet project.
Right. Michael, is your film with Joni Lindenmeyer, Wowzer, is that considered a documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Joni in her own words, basically. She tells her own story.
Where you travel with her up in the car to Coos Bay.
I ran into her, came to understand that she was here, and a childhood friend of the family
in San Diego.
In San Diego. I came to find that out on November 4th on election night.
Oh, how it
here.
Yeah.
And so I contacted her the next day. We had dinner at Kuntai a couple days later, and I think the opening scenes in Wowzer were shot within a week and a half. She said, I'm doing a book event up in North Bend. Come with me and see what I do. And I said, if I'm going to come with you, I would like to shoot this thing because I think you got a story, girl. And she does. And it's incredible. And so I just, my job is to press the red button.
Did you have more than just yourself on this documentary?
No.
So it's one person.
It's a small car.
A small car.
Wait,
so
the
and I'm all departments basically. You got to do.
You have a little experience though.
I had a time. I spent most of my career in network television in Hollywood, so I understood the industry from the get-go. Where it's pretty simple. I always say production is easy. People are difficult.
There we go. Casually passed. You see, I worked with Y&R. And that means The Young and Restless, the soap opera that Dan is always getting spurred by the good-looking gal.
I learned how to read scripts. I worked at Y&R as a charge
Young and Restless.
prop man, Young and the Restless, sorry. And my job was to read the scripts in the morning and make sure that we had everything ready when the show started shooting on stage, so that we were always ahead of the ball game.
So you were with the Young and the Restless, and Dan here was with Bad Boys.
No, I said no. Wanted, America's Most Wanted.
Something like that.
I shot a couple episodes of America's Most Wanted, but I did the voice for Telemundo called La Voz Kids. So
You speak Spanish?
No. but I look Spanish. Wait, thank you very much for that.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So
Stand-up comedian.
Oh, yeah. Do you have comedies on your shows?
Yeah, what are the categories? Yeah, we want to know the categories.
Yeah. So there's a little bit. There's a one of our narrative features is called Panic Sets In, and that's a truly indie black and white thriller. So we've got thrillers, we've got animation, we have documentaries that deal with health. As a matter of fact, our opening night film is called The 100-Year Effect. And it deals with a doctor from I'm going to try and get this right, the Oregon Health and Science Institute. So he did a study on what happens down the line if we take care of ourselves. We're actually, when we have children, we're turning these genes onto the kids, and then they turn them onto their kids. So you can actually change the future by being healthy yourself.
No drinking.
Thank you again. See, I love being on this show because I get to have so much fun with you, man.
No, what's come on?
Anyway, what else? What other categories?
There's thrillers.
Thriller. Ooh.
There's I think one or two horror films, but a lot of docs dealing with nature. So we've got one category of shorts, and it's just called Back to Nature, and it deals with an owl, like an owl farm, and building owl boxes and having them out
cool.
on your property,
Yeah.
and horses. That people think they want to have a horse, but then they can't take care of it, and then the next thing you know, it needs to go to and be rescued. So it's about these people who rescue these horses and bring them back to their full.
Wow.
It's really a beautiful story. Two about salmon, and about the migration of the salmon, and it's really a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. So you get horror, you get mystery, you get thrillers.
35.
How about funnies? Do you have any?
There are a couple comedies.
Comedies?
Yeah, there's a couple comedies that are in the.
I want to see the comedies.
Okay.
We have a really cool foreign film. It's called Everyone Calls Me Mike. And I don't know where the title came from, but it takes place on a personal sailing vessel, but it's large, a big vessel. And the captain and his wife and their kid need to take someone on to help them get around the Horn with all the sailing,
yeah.
So, and that's all I'll say about it, but it's a feature. It's a feature film.
Like an hour and a half.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've already just given a little information about how you don't have as many movies this year. Any other big difference this year over the past years that you have come up with?
I think the big thing is the growth of the board. I think the board is growing. The Founders Circle is growing.
Tell us what that is. What is the Founders Circle? So
the Founders Circle is really a very interesting way for people locally to get involved with the film festival. And as a Founders Circle member, you agree to give $1,000 a year, just $1,000, but you get 2 VIP elite passes so that you can go to the movies anyway. So that's like $600 if you were to buy it. Plus you get all the newsletters. You go to all the meetups and happy hours and
parties.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And all the education, because we also do education in the morning on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right. So you get all that, and it's only $1,000 a year, but you're also a part of a group of influential people who care about art in this community, in the Brookings community.
Which we have many. Now, we did actually not say when it happens. It happens actually August 13th to the 16th.
Mm-hmm. So August? Okay, yeah. Well,
yeah, coming up.
Hey, speaking of halfway, time flies when we're having fun. It's already that mid-break time here on the Doc and Jacques live radio show, proudly broadcasting from the KCIW 100.7 FM studios in lovely Brookings, Oregon. The list of major sponsors for this community radio station are Advanced Airlines, which fly out of nearby Crescent City to Oakland and LA 7 days a week. Michelle Ramos with our own vibrant local Curry County Chamber of Commerce. Hello. Nick and Lisa Rail, big members there of PPA, or the Partnership for the Performing Arts. Thanks for all you do. And the Coastal Home Health and Hospice, which serves California and Southern Oregon. And this exemplary, emotional, helpful nonprofit is there to help us as we transition from one house to another and grow older. And you're involved with it as a co-director there, Doctor. So hats off to you. And lastly, to you, Dr. Gigi Reed, MD, and yours truly, Jacques Kepner, on behalf of KCIW, thanks to all of you. Now back to Dan and what you were just saying. Do you remember what you were just saying? I don't know if we were. And we were talking about...
All right, so then I will have a question.
Okay.
Take it
Lay it
along.
out.
Thanks for taking the pressure off there. I appreciate that.
Oh,
So you also, not only do you show all these movies, and it's August 13th to the 16th.
Oh,
this year,
that's where we were.
2026. Do you give out awards?
We do. We do. Actually, there are 5 cash awards, and we also give out the Elmo Williams Award,
Which is our very own, right?
Which is our very own Elmo Williams. Well, I'm now saying our very own, like I live here in Brookings, just because
You
I love
will
it so
one
much.
day, I'll permanently.
Probably, more than likely. So the Elmo Williams Award goes to our up-and-coming, most promising student or young filmmaker. So it's a beautiful award. It's a mug that actually was Elmo's personal mug.
Wow.
But we don't let them keep in.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, no, it stays. It stays here in town, and then they get these beautiful awards made by Jazz, and I am so happy that she's back in town.
Jazz?
Yeah, she makes these beautiful glass sculptures, and she did it for us for the first 2 years, but then left town, and I hear she's back, and I've seen these new glass sculptures,
Which will be the
octopus.
awards, basically.
The awards,
Some
yeah,
of the
yeah.
awards, yeah. And where are the films shown this year?
So we show mainly at the Redwood. Okay, so
Redwood Theater,
Theater.
downtown,
Redwood Theater.
right near KCIW.
right upstairs.
Yeah.
So Redwood, we have 2 auditoriums at the Redwood Theater for those who haven't been there, Redwood 1 and Redwood 2. So we'll be playing movies in both of those.
Okay.
And then down at the Chetco Players, Pelican Players, Chetco Playhouse.
Oh, really? That's right, we saw one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play movies there. Not only just 3 days, because day 1 is opening night, so that's only at the Redwood. And then the library, the Chetco Library.
Okay. But the Redwood Room, which I thought is kind of weird being in a library, but I finally went to the Redwood Room. It's a nice room.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it seats people comfortably,
Yeah.
and the seats are comfortable. It's not like you're sitting on
In a
metal
library
chairs.
chair,
And,
yeah.
I mean, it's comfortable seating. The sound system's great, and they're playing on what is that, 80, Michael? Like an 80-inch television?
Something like, yeah.
Big
It's a
television.
huge
Wow.
TV in this room. Sounds perfect. It's visually perfect. And then we black out the windows
Yeah.
so that the room is perfectly dark. And it's just a great venue to see films.
And Michael,
Do you go across the border to Crescent City like you did last year?
We have a special screening. Of a film that will probably play next year by Robert Mann, who,
oh, yes.
Robert.
Kissing Rainbows.
Yeah, kissing raindrops.
Raindrops,
Yeah,
yes.
kissing raindrops.
Oops.
But this is a film that's really beautiful, and it's more than likely going to end up going to Sundance, Telluride, or one of the bigger festivals that they ask that it has never played another festival.
Yeah.
So you can do a special screening for like the Founders Circle. It'll be a Founders Circle screening, and I believe that they're showing that on the 12th.
At Port-au-Prince,
Oh,
north.
Port-au-Prince? Okay.
North. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep,
So
yep.
it's going
So
that's
to
in
be the
Crescent City, yeah.
Founders.
Crescent City.
Now that we got you on the mic, Michael, your own film, Wowzer, right? And that's spelled W-O-W-S-E-R?
Z-E-R.
Z-E-R. That's right.
Exclamation.
Wowzer, which we all know Miss Happiness herself, Joni Lindenmeyer, says all the time. Wowzer, she says.
You know what? She never says it in the film,
What?
but she does say it all the time.
Hold on.
But I had to go back and
Dub it
look.
in. Usually-
She never says it in the film, and it's hysterical. We may have to get her to say it just for fun.
Sound.
one of these
During the
days.
Q&A.
During the Q&A.
Yeah,
Yep,
there
yep,
we go.
yep, yep.
And so it's been accepted in this festival, right? WRFF?
accepted is a strong word, but yeah.
Did you have to bribe your way in or nothing? No, we've seen them.
How many buys on the board? Let me have that movie.
They graciously have embraced it, and I feel ecstatic because it's about Joni, and it's Joni telling Joni's story, and nobody tells Joni's story better than Joni.
Joni herself.
I've been with her on this joyful journey from the time she started at the radio station here, and I'm
very cool. We got her into it. She wasn't on our
That's right.
show,
We got her
And
into it. She
really
acknowledged us yesterday, Doctor.
So what is the process of choosing the films, Dan or Mike?
Yeah, well, I'll field this one. So we work with a company called Film Freeway. And if you're a filmmaker and you're listening to this, it's filmfreeway.com. You can look them up. And then you become a member. You sign up and subscribe to filmfreeway.com. And then you can pick and choose from thousands of film festivals where you would like to submit your film. My recommendation is to know the film festival and not just to spray and pray.
Spray and pray. I like it.
Like if you've got millions of dollars and you can put it in and submit to every single film festival and get into 25% of them, that's fine. But if you're on any kind of a budget, you should really look into the film festival, like Wild Rivers Film Festival. Okay, so anybody who's making a film that deals with nature, that deals with the rivers in the area, anything that the art is really big at this festival as well. So understanding the festival will make it easier for you to get in to not just Wild Rivers Film Festival, but any film festival. Right. So if you're on a budget, you go to Film Freeway, you sign up, you become a member, get the gold membership, because if you get the gold membership, you get a discount at all the festivals that accept the gold membership. I know it's hard to explain really over the radio, but it's Film Freeway, and you submit through there. So once they submit their films, then I go through and watch. Now, as a filmmaker for 25 years, 9 films in worldwide distribution, I'm a member of the Directors Guild of America. I've produced or line produced 8 films, narrative feature films.
Wow.
So I've got an eye for it, and I've also been running the Orlando Film Festival.
Yeah, you started, you founded it, right?
Well, I wasn't one of the founders, but I came in like year 2. And then they turned it over to me. They said, you know what, this is your wheelhouse. So they turned it over to me. I became the executive director, and I've been doing that now for 17 years. And I see thousands, like literally thousands of movies over the years.
The movie itself, where I submitted just a script. On
yeah,
Film
so
Freeway.
You can do a script, you can do a
script
movie.
Or a movie. Yeah,
Yes, those are the two.
script or a movie. Now, some festivals allow you to do television pilots, television scripts. Like Orlando, we do that. Here at the Wild Rivers Film Festival, because we're still growing, we kept it kind of contained. Narrative features, documentary features, narrative shorts, documentary shorts, animation, and then there's also short screenplays and feature-length screenplays. But in Orlando, I accept television pilot screenplays. I take in web series.
When does the festival take place in Orlando?
Orlando this year is going to be the second week in November.
Nice, but it's cooler.
Yeah, a little cooler, yeah, for sure.
So who decides then? Is that just you who decides, or do you have a panel?
You
Is
and
it the board?
Michael, does Michael have a, no?
Michael has no say.
No, and once again, I know it sounds strange, but 20 years of deciding films for my festival in Orlando, I've got an eye for what is acceptable to play on the big screen that will make the festival look good. You know,
And-
deciding the movies is
And people
an
who
important part.
so spray. What do you say?
Spray and pray.
Spray and pray.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes the festivals say, like Sundance, you can only play it there, and it can't be played anywhere
It has to
else.
play there first.
It has to play there first.
Yeah.
So, are there other? Sundance is a big festival now.
Sure.
So
Not even
is it?
Sundance. It's not in Montana anymore, right? Or
Well,
something?
it's not like it was in Utah.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I knew that. I'm just testing you.
Okay, but it has moved. But anyway, so the smaller ones that one would, for the first time filmmaker, you don't have the restrictions. You have to say, well, I also submitted it in other film festivals.
Yeah, for us, even Orlando, because I'm a filmmaker and I've been a filmmaker for over 20 years, I don't like the politics that come along with, no, you have to play our festival before you play anybody else.
Yeah.
And you know what happens is all these beautiful films, you're just not going to play them because you have this crazy stipulation. Some of them, it makes sense because they're bringing a lot of buyers. Like if you're Sundance and you have buyers coming from all over the world to Sundance to see the film for the first time, that makes sense. But if you're a small festival like Wild Rivers Film Festival, there's absolutely no reason not to play somebody's beautiful film just because it played Sundance already. I mean, really? Oh, you played Sundance, you couldn't play her.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds believable.
Yeah. No.
So I mean, certain things like this money that I just pulled out of my.
Yeah, that helps.
Can I throw it away to accept? He's got it now.
Hey, take it.
He's got it.
I'm not folding this and putting it in my pocket.
Put it down your bra. Put it down your bra.
How did you know I was wearing a bra? You got to stop watching me dress.
Oh goodness!
Check, please.
Check, please.
Michael, last year you were noticeably one of the hardest workers at the festival. You were everywhere, up and down, doing everything. You propel on your own the energy of the Wild Rivers Film Festival and just step in and do all sorts of unique things, right?
Go on.
No, enough about me. What do you think of me?
I like it.
I will do anything to help out anybody anytime on stuff like this, and on the creative stuff and the human stuff.
There you go.
I personally, I'm not a big AI guy. I think humanity and creative humanity is pretty cool, and so I'm a big proponent of that, and I'm willing to help out almost anywhere. I don't think anybody understands, Dan, just how big the independent film universe is. You could explain how many films Film Freeway looks at a year.
My goodness.
It's bizarre.
Yeah,
Give us an idea.
Any given year, there could be 2,000 to 5,000
submissions.
Certainly to Sundance, but everybody's trying to get into Sundance. So, and just to give you an idea, in 2026 for the Orlando Film Festival, we had. Okay, let me start with 2025. We had 398 submissions.
On your own festival, the Orlando.
At the Orlando Film Festival. This year, 192.
Wow.
Oh, that's much less.
Much less. It's half, right? So I believe that people are just concerned about their pocketbooks. And I think that there's a little concern about AI and, that Michael had mentioned.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, and we're actually going to play an AI film, a film made completely 100% AI at the festival this year so that people can see.
Oh, I want to see that.
So people can see what can be accomplished.
Wow.
And I think that if you're going to make a narrative feature, so you can make a documentary literally with $100 in your pocket, you can go out and shoot. That's $1. But just for everybody, that's $1. He's like folding up $1. So the big.
It's the same one he had 6 years ago.
I think he had it on the table yesterday too.
Yes, he did, actually.
He keeps trying to bribe people with $1. $1 is hard to bribe with.
He got me with $1.
But it sounds like 100.
I got her with $1.
What's the old joke? Well, we've defined that. Now we're haggling about price.
It sounds like 100 when it's crinkled. So
Can't tell.
exactly. I forget where we were, but
Not the festivals.
yeah, it's. But I think back to the AI. So I believe that narrative filmmakers, because what's happening is narrative film takes money. Okay, if you're going to make a movie, let's take Gandhi, Lawrence of Arabia. These are, like The Odyssey, $250 million film. Okay. Documentaries you can make for quite a bit less. Like really beautiful documentaries, I've seen them made for $50,000 and they look absolutely beautiful. And that's even a lot of money. Depending on what your subject is. If it takes you 10 years because you're following one kid who plays basketball, like the Basketball Diaries, right?
Yeah,
it takes you 20 years of your life to make. It's going to cost you a lot more. But if it's the chili cook-off at, down in the harbor, right? Well, you're going to shoot that in a day.
Yeah.
And then you just need the time to put it together. So the amount of money, the point of this is the amount of money that goes into narratives is a lot more. So now let me ask you a question. If they realize that with AI getting exponentially better faster, and you can then do scenes of your film that would normally cost you, say, $50,000, get everybody out for the day shooting, rent the location, have the location manager, having police officers to lock up the set, right?
Food, don't forget food.
Got to have your catering, you got to have breakfast, lunch, and if you go over 12 hours, you have to have your second meal. So all these things go into the cost of a day's worth of shooting. Now, what if that day of shooting, I can go into AI, show it the location, create the flyover, create the wide shot, looks perfect, right? Go in for the close-up of the door. Like I'm just taking like 5 setups out of my day, which would be, let's call it half a day.
By using AA.
By using AI, sure.
AI, sorry.
Now, is it great yet? It's not unbelievable. It's not to the point to where you can look at somebody's lips moving, but the faces are getting so good.
Right.
And I think that it's also scaring those narrative filmmakers because, well, if I can get those shots and I don't have to spend a half a day getting them, that's $25,000 that I can keep and use toward X.
Do you have to disclose an AI film? Or?
I think
Yes is the answer now.
Well,
More and more people are saying that, yeah. And the industry is having issues.
You
with it.
have to, like if you use AI for an establishing shot, and the establishing shot is a church at sunset in medieval times, right? If you have a drone shot and you're flying in on a church, I don't know that you have to actually tell anybody, especially if it's a short film.
Yeah, you're right. I think.
I don't know all the rules because they're changing on us so
and
fast.
stuff, which is also fake, right? So I don't know.
I think if you're going to do people, if you're
Right,
going to use the likeness of a human being,
Yeah.
I think there's some culpability.
The aerial shots coming down into a close, you could do those AI and then switch into your
Bingo.
close-up shots,
Exactly.
right?
All you have to do is you then when you're doing the coloring, you just have to make sure that it looks the same, it's balanced. Make sure that you're shooting the same frame rate, 24 frames per second or 30 if you're shooting video, and it seamlessly works together in a wild way.
This AI movie that you're showing, was the story fed into the AI, or did AI come up with the story too?
That's an interesting question. I'm not sure if he wrote the script with AI, but he's very savvy, and he's a couple of years younger than me. He's 52. I've had a conversation with him about the film, and I said, we haven't gone to like setting up a full AI block of films yet.
Yeah.
But I do want to play one out in Brookings because I want people to see where they're at.
Right on.
Not to
Now,
be
what is the name of
scared.
this movie?
It's called The 18th Hole.
The 18th Hole is an AI, fully produced.
100% AI. Yeah.
I know that best-selling books have been written AI.
Oh, sure.
On the
the number one country music song
AI thing
was totally AI.
and you would know since you are a country
yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
You better come back on the show before you leave with did you bring your guitar?
No, I don't fly with it. It's just, they're the guitar shop in town down by the
Yeah,
gym.
that's our buddy.
Barry? No.
Oh my God, I can't remember. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Ernie,
but
Ernie.
Ernie.
That's right. I saw Ernie last year. I went down with Lisa Green. She introduced me to her neighbor, because that's where Green Team is down there. And Ernie, wonderfully just allowed me to borrow a guitar for, for the 3 months that I was here.
Come back on in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Just sing some songs.
Yeah, we're doing a wrap up on the 19th, right?
Right. And that was, it was scandalous, right? I remember it wasn't that long ago when it turns out that the singer, everything is AI.
Yeah. But they were, there was the Velvet, not Velvet Underground, because that's an actual band, but there was something like Black Velvet, and it was a band. And all the pictures looked like a band. It looked like a real,
wow,
and write-ups and quotes from these guys, and none of them were real.
Wow.
They weren't even.
Guess what? I've heard Tony Stoddard is AI.
Well, that goes without question.
Say Ray Simon too, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, the actual Tony's much better than the AI Tony.
I agree.
I mean, that's what I've always felt.
Fiji and I have already bought our full festival passes. How do people buy their own tickets? How do they? What's the cost per day if I just wanted to do it per day?
Okay, so I'm super excited because you can get 12, like the entire day, for $20. You can get and you can see movies at Chetco Players. You can see it at the Chetco Library or the Redwood. Your $20 day pass will get you into all the venues all day long.
Cool.
So we start showing movies at 12, and the last movie starts at 8 and finishes at about 10. So you get 10 hours. Think about that for a second. 10 hours for $20.
Overdose.
It is. You could certainly overdose on independent film, but I find it hard to do because...
Michael, is Wowzer being played all 3 days?
Yeah.
The festival?
Yes.
Yeah. So different venues, different places.
Yeah, Redwood 1 on Friday, the library on Saturday, and then Redwood 2 on Sunday, and all different time slots so that people can see it if they, 2 o'clock
three
is...
times.
Yeah, or watch it 3
Now,
times.
last year you had 45. This year you have 35.
I think it's somewhere around 35.
Will that go back up again? I believe
Oh,
more
yeah.
choice.
It
for
will.
next
It
year,
absolutely will. And I think it's going to be based on the economy and based on where AI is moving.
How long is the Orlando? How long does it? 4-day festival?
No. Well, this year I have to shorten the amount of days of the festival because CMX, which is a Mexican-based movie theater company, well, they decided to skip out on their lease in Orlando, and they closed the doors to the theater. Literally, I have a 3,500 square foot office upstairs on the projection floor. Whoa! They closed the doors without even telling me.
Oh my goodness.
It was almost like how the Cleveland Browns left in the middle of the night and went to Baltimore.
You got to scramble.
I mean, but I'm not sorry about her, not really upset too much about that. But so they split in the middle of the night, never told anybody. And so the 2025, we still had the festival, but it wasn't live. But I did give out the awards. So we gave out more awards last year. We gave out 45.
Brookings is fun because it's hands-on. It's new. It's fun and innovative. And
Orlando will be hands-on for 2026, but it's going to be a shorter festival. It's probably going to be 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
When we're normally 8 days.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what we were trying to get out there. All right.
We only have 4 days.
Lifetime supporters are about $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
You support. I know Dr. Joe is one of those. What are the actual days once more for our film festival? It's next,
August 13th, which is
next
a
Thursday, so a week from tomorrow, which you people down in KZZH and KFUG, it's going to be the following day that you hear this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So
that would
come
be
on up.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the 19th is the...
How do you buy tickets?
You go to wildriversfilmfestival.com. And so I mentioned a day pass, but I forgot to mention that we also have a VIP pass.
Right.
So you can buy a VIP pass for $150. And not only does it get you into opening night, which you can't buy a day pass for opening night, it gets you into opening night. It gets you into the opening night after party. It gets you onto the red carpet
That's
to take.
what we bought.
Yeah.
Hey, here's an extra. It's a $5 now. I got a $5.
Back to the dollar.
No, it's a $5.
Oh, yeah. No, the 5 that'll
Where
work.
did you get that?
Let's all do it.
It really is a 5 this time, folks.
Okay, poor
But it
Tom.
doesn't crinkle as
doesn't
much
crinkle. It's an
because it's
old
been in his
5.
pocket for about 6 years.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
yay, thank you.
the VIP pass, any other things like a one movie thing is
There's no one movie.
Okay.
Right. So you would get a day pass for
pass.
$20, but your VIP for $150 gets you into every happy hour, every movie, all the education and all the after parties.
Cool.
So $150 is really is a steal, and the money goes to a great cause. It goes to a 501c3,
Right.
to help to support art in the Brookings community.
Okay, we have had Dan Springen and Michael Gorse on today's Doc and Jacques
Yeah. Any last
show.
shout outs?
Any shout outs you gentlemen would like to talk
You go
about?
first.
Mike?
I just remind you, the KFUG listeners, on Wednesday, when you hear this on Wednesday in Crescent City, tonight you can go to Port-au-Prince and see Robert Mann's Kissing Raindrops at John Kirk's place, Port-au-Prince.
So that's a $20. It'll get you.
I don't know what he's.
I don't know if he's charging.
I wouldn't say that. I don't know.
I don't know if he's charging or not. But yeah, and I saw a clip over at Joe Vogel's just a couple days ago from the film, and Robert stars in it, and he's such a great actor.
He's a beautiful gal, his co-actor.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, so
Thank
much.
you.
We will have you both on again in the near future and talk about great things such as the WRFF, or the Wild Rivers Film Festival. Thank you for coming on, both of you.
Yes.
Happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
All right, Doc, what time is it?
Fun time corner.
Okay, this is where we go through some quotes and jokes. What's your quote today, Doctor?
I have a quote from Martin Scorsese.
Okay,
Did I
what
say
did he
that right?
say?
Cinema is a matter of what it. Hold on. Cinema is a matter of what's in the frame and what's out. In the frame,
And what's after?
out.
Okay.
Okay, so
Doctor. I said to doctor, I have a terminal illness, and how long do I have? The doctor said 5. And I said, what, 5? 5 what, years, months? She said 4, 3, 2. Oh, good, I got him to
You
laugh.
got it that time.
Right. Okay.
That was official.
all right, Stanley Kubrick. If it can be written or thought, it can be filmed.
Nice. Okay, that's cool. I told Dr. Gigi that every time I drink coffee, I get a stabbing pain in my eye, and she advised me to try taking the spoon out of the coffee cup.
That would help.
Alfred Hitchcock. Drama is life with the dull bits cut out. That's
Wait,
cute, right?
Alfred is what? Say that again?
Drama is life with the dull bits cut out.
With the dull bits cut out. Wow. What do you get what do you call a chicken that stares at lettuce?
What?
Chicken sees the salad. What do you call a hippie? What do you call a hippie's wife?
What?
Mississippi. Okay, what else, Doc?
Steven Spielberg said this.
Okay.
Every time I go to a movie, it's magic, no matter what the movie's about.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. Some people just seeing movie animation. It's like Ghost up on the stage, right? It's cool. It's very fascinating. What do you call an unfaithful lion, Doctor?
What?
A cheetah.
Okay, Robert Altman.
Okay.
Filmmaking is a chance to live many lifetimes.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, did you hear about that man who swallowed a frog last night? This morning he croaked.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Billy Wilder. If you have a problem with the third act, the real problem is in the first act.
Okay, all right. What
Okay,
do
you
call-
got one more joke.
What do
then
you
we're
call
done.
an old snowman?
Puddle.
Water.
Water.
Very, very good. All right, I think we're at that point.
Yes,
right?
we're
With
at
our
the
music
point.
started.
No, not yet. But you have been listening to the Doc and Jacques Show on KCRW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we have learning about the Wild Rivers Film Festival.
That's right. Dan Springen, Michael Gorse, and Ray Simon. Everybody here. Again, thanks to Tony Sauter for manning the control room and all those involved. We've enjoyed this trip.
You got the...
I got the frog in my throat. Oh, my throat pretty soon.
All right.
Do it. Don't do it.
Goodbye.
Peace and prosperity. Bye-bye.